We're now ready for the ladies 3,000 meters European Roller Skating Championship. And on the line we have number 43, Denise Lippiott for Great Britain. Number 45, Sharon Walton for Great Britain. Number 44, Kath Smith for Great Britain. Number 42, Lynn Coles for Great Britain. And for Spain, we have Nuria Pradels, Pepita Cuevas, Isabel Ortega, Gloria Mongai. And for Belgium, Annie Lambrex, Miriam van Dam, Christine de Klerk, and Judy Claes, Luigia Foini, Paola Cristofori, and for France, Catherine Bacalon, Sylvie Gravois, Dominique Rostreau, and Nathalie Chevalier. For Germany, we have Marion Kiesling, Petra Koch, Christine Dietmar, and Ute Jong. And they'll be off for 6 laps and 120 meters round the circuit. We're ready to roll, and they're started, they're off. And appearing on the inside is France in the lead with Annie Lambrex in second place. She's the world's greatest lady skater in second place. Annie Lambrex there, and leading we've got Rostreau, Dominique Rostreau from France. Annie Lambrex in second place. In third place is Lynn Coles, and in fourth place is Cathy Smith, both from Great Britain. Then the Italian team together. On the outside is an English girl. Belgian girl going on the outside is Christine de Klerk. Now moved into second place, being allowed in by Annie Lambrex, and the third Belgian girl moving up and coming in as well. And 2 French girls at the front now. 2 French girls leading, 3 French girls as they allow one another in, because they always skate tactically, try to get together, cover the skater that you hope is going to win, and guard her. And as they go through, it's 56 Bacalin, 58 Gravois, and 59 Rostreau from France. And slipped in there now again is Nathalie Chevalier, also of France, into the third, and the Belgian girl behind her. There's 4.5 laps to go. Italians on the outside making a move. As I say, this is the way to skate the race, really. You get your team together and see where you can go from there. But dived in between them is Annie Lambrex, who defending champion at this distance, of course, and all the other distances that are being skated. And up goes number 55, moving to the front, 56, Bachelard. We've got a wrong skate, we know, a wrong number. Off the front, Christine de Klerk from Belgium. Christine de Klerk moving off the front from Belgium. Being chased by a West German skater and then an Italian. About 15 meters, 20 meters now. She's moving away still. It's Christine de Klerk going off the front on the road. I don't know if they're going to guard her off the front or not. They're allowing her to go. Number 52, Christine de Klerk. But it doesn't look like she's going to make any kind of break, because she's being pulled back and absorbed by the bunch. The Italians are moving very nicely up onto her, and she's absorbed. But the break on the speed there, as the increase in pace split the field, dropped some Germans and some Austrians off the back of the field. And there's a Spaniard at the back as well, but it's still Christine de Klerk leading. On the outside is another Belgian skater. Breaking the sprint out of the Italians from the way they're skating, because the Italian ones are the ones to try and beat. The straggler off the back there is Austrian, and 2 more Austrians. No, it's 2 German guys that have come, 1 German, 1 Austrian coming adrift at the back there. But at the front we have leading for Italy, Stefania Gamandi. Just been passed, of course, as soon as I say it, they do it. Two Belgians at the front now. And it looks like Vanessa Bon, no, it's Van Damme, Miriam Van Damme and Christine de Klerk at the front. And this there's some pace being injected now, and the skaters coming adrift. They should not be pushing one another, of course, but it happens in the field. It can't be helped a lot of the time because people break. They're coming up to one to go. And at the front, we've got Stefania Gamandi, but in second place is Annie Lambrecht. And in third place there is Sometti from Italy. So we've got Gamandi leading out on the last lap with Annie Lambrecht in the jump position. And it's Annie Lambrecht who jumps out and goes for the front and going for the line, being chased by the two Italians, Sometti and Cristofori. And a third Italian on the back, and it's now Annie Lambrecht. Annie Lambrecht, the current champion, reigning world champion, down to the finish. It's Annie Lambrecht, but three Italians having a go at her. But it's Annie Lambrecht fighting them off. Lambrecht's fighting all the way to the line, but going through on the outside. Number 65, bad fall. Was Sometti for Italy, who fell over. I'll give you the finish as soon as I can, but Sometti looked like she inside was Gamandi and Cristofori. Sometti from Italy, and the rather nasty injuries that she got when she fell going across the line. And there we have on the screen the photo finish of the ladies 3,000 meters championship, and as you can see, it was very, very tight indeed going across the line there. At the top on the inside winning Luigi Foini of Italy, and in second place was Paola Sometti from Italy, and in third place was Annie Lambrecht from Belgium. But the tightness of the finish was about half a metre over the front to back skate of the third skater. First, number 62, Luigi Foini from Italy. Second, number 65, Paola Sometti, Italy. And in third place, number 53, Annie Lambrecht from Belgium.
Quite a race that, wasn't it? And a good example too of Italian team tactics. You notice the way they blocked the Belgian star Annie Lambrecht so their own girl Hermes Fossi could cross the line first. And you can see how dangerous some of these high-speed races can be too. That was a nasty fall that Paola Sometti took at the end of that race. Okay, well, let's see some of the men in action now. It's the 10,000 metres over this fast Southampton track, and for all the details, over to Ron Hawkes.
We have the European Roller Speed Skating Championships at 10,000 metres for men. And going for Belgium, we have Roland Deroux, Dimitri van Kallenberg, Danny van der Peer, Luc van Henden. And for France, Hervé Lallemond, Gerard Miard, Sonu Nasibidi, and Terry Penot. For Italy, we have Giuseppe Cruciani, Giuseppe De Persio, Hermes Fossi, Giuseppe Lovato. And for Spain, Vincente Aragon, Luis Escartin, Mathieu Hahn, and Javier Romero. For West Germany, we have Klaus Becker, Jürgen Pauker, Fritz Ruhl, Bernhard Schicker. For Great Britain, we have Ian Cox, John Downing, John Fry, and Pat Feetham. For Austria, we have Christian Halverson, Peter Halverson, Thomas Halverson, and Peter Schwartz. It's going as an Austrian attacking on the outside.
Well, there's still over 5 miles to go in this 10,000 metres race, and as you can see, it's developing into a team battle. Each country has nominated 4 of its 5 skaters for each distance. Watch out for the very fast Belgians and their lack of tactics. And watch out, too, for the young French team. Their new young African star, Sonu Nasibidi, known as Sam to the skaters, seems to cover all the breaks in his fluent style. Incidentally, the breaks that you'll see when 1 or 2 skaters shoot away from the front are when they're either trying to break up the rhythm or just leave the pack and head for home. The Italians and the British are the most tactically aware of the teams in the race, and it looks to us as if the Italian coach Vittorio De Cesaris has nominated number 25, Giuseppe Lovato, to win this one. This means that you'll see the other 3 team members, Cruciani, De Persio and Fossi, in the blue shirts and white shorts, covering all the breaks, closing down the opposition, and if necessary in the closing stages, dominating the pace and making things as tough as possible for the opposition by fair means or foul in protecting their man, and in this case we do think it's Lovato. Now, of course, physical contact of any sort is illegal, but judges turn a blind eye to the occasional palming off and holding that you can see is going on right now. But when the pace drops, as it has now, it's the only way to stop an ugly clash of skates and to keep your team intact and on their feet.
For France, leading through is Gerard Millard, and behind him is Mathieu Ram from Spain. But the 2 Frenchmen leading, Spanish in 3rd, and then the 4 Austrians together. And it seems as though the Italians have been split a little bit, because there's an Italian there, it looks like Lovato, and it looks like Cruciani and De Persio and Fossi are sitting back in the pack. Creeping up to the outside is a couple of Spanish shirts. And it's Spain 1 and 2. Spain 1 and 2 with the Italians. 3 Italians together. The whole of the England team there together as well. But Spain make a break off the front of the back. Off the front, number 27. And that's Luis Escartin, who's attacked off the front, being chased by Giuseppe De Persio and Vincenti Aragon. And then 2 more Italians following through. But off the front is Luis Escartin, being absorbed by the pack. They're just coming on nice and calmly. We have Spain, Italy, Spain, 2 Italians, and then 4 from Great Britain, 2 from Belgium. And then I can see a Frenchman and 2 Austrians on the outside, and then 2 more Frenchmen behind them. Luis Escartin coming through, this time with 16 laps to go. 2 Austrians leading the pack on the outside. And you can see the damage on the legs of number 7 there, Christian Halverson, as he goes through where he's been bouncing on the track. But Christian Halverson at the front, pushing along, keeping the pace fairly warm. The whole of the German team is on the back together. There's another Austrian going up on the outside to join his compatriots, and compatriots is the word with the Austrian team, because 3 of them are brothers, Christian, Peter and Thomas Halverson. The only one that's not is Peter Schwartz. And this is a nice sunny day in Southampton and watching the European Roller Skating Championships. And this is the way to take advantage of it, eating a nice ice cream cornet. Coming through on the outside, Roland Deroux having a little look, but not really doing anything much. And the one Spaniard that's loose, Vincenti Aragon, is going up to skate with his teammates to get the team together. But at the front is Sonu Nasibidi for France. An attack going on the outside from Spain. And the Spanish team are at the front and controlling the pace. I don't think they're going to be allowed to get away with it because the Italians are moving on the outside. Whether they're going to chase this early in the race very hard or not, I don't know, but there's 12 laps to go. He's got something like about a 30-40 metre lead, and the Italians come off the front, lead the chase with the British team in hot pursuit. And it's the lone Spaniard off the front, and that's Javier Romero for Spain, as he's caught by the Italians and the British, and everybody else comes piling up together. And trying to go on the inside, it's a bit of pushing. Saw John Downing get pushed there and shoved in. Two Spaniards on the outside coming up to skate with. Attack again. And this time it's a different Spaniard. As he goes through, it's Luis Escartin, but the Italians are after him straight away. 23, Giuseppe Di Persio leading the chase. And behind Di Persio is Cruciani, Fossi and Lovato. And the whole of the British team again keeping tight on the Italians. John Fry, Ian Cox, Pat Feetham and John Downing in that order. A lot of laying on of hands. And these little sprints keep coming in from the Spanish. I don't know what they're hoping to do at this stage of the race because it's 10 laps to go. That's about halfway. In fact, they're just about halfway exactly. Italian team and the British team both skating very, very well and very, very tight together. The Belgian team have now got together and are coming through on the outside. The German team are split. The Austrian team look fairly together on the outside lane, and we haven't lost the skater yet. Nasibidi goes to the front again for France. Sonu Nasibidi, the easiest man in the field to recognise, of course. And the pace has really died because Nasibidi doesn't want to take it on at all. The Austrians on the outside. But the people that count really, the Italians, the British and the Belgians, not really doing an awful lot. There's so much laying on of hands going on out there, it looks like a train. Keep waiting for it to go ch-ch-ch. An Italian at the front, an unbelievable sight, except at the end. Di Persio being followed by Danny van der Peer and a fall, and it's number 10, the only Austrian not named Halverson. It's Peter Schwartz from Austria who fell, and it was probably just a kick.
Nasibidi of France nearly brought down the Italian hatchet man, Cruciani there. That would have been ironic. Right back in just a moment. skaters are still tightly bunched in the men's 10,000 metres.
Austrian team shutting down the race at the moment to give Schwartz the time to have a breather and get back with them. He's sitting on the back of the pack, and the Austrians are blocking the front off, stopping anybody from attacking. Spaniard, they're trying to attack, but they're not allowing him to. And Schwartz is moving through on the inside, but he's still right at the back. And as we come through at 7 to go, next time round. And they've still got the pace killed off to give Schwartz a rest. A little bit of push of pace. The Italian to the front, and the Italian's being followed by 4 Englishmen as he comes through, and that looks like Di Persio and Miss Fossi. Miss Fossi leading through, but it was 4 Englishmen on his back. Going on at the moment. They're all sitting very quietly, and we've got 6 and a quarter laps to go. 6 and a quarter laps as they come through. And we have Spain and Italy leading the bunches as they come through, but nobody doing anything spectacular. And we've got a third man on the outside, and that's Christian Halvorsen. No, he's ducked into the line, and popping out from the bunch on the inside, we get Di Persio with the 4 Englishmen on his back. And it looks like they're tied to Di Persio because the 4 Britons haven't moved off him, and they're sitting on Di Persio all the way. On the outside, we've got an attack from the French, and it's Nasabidi going on the outside. Nasabidi pushing the pace along, and it looks like Gerard Miard. Certainly Sonu Nasabidi at the front, and there's about 3 lines there as they come down the back straight, with a Spaniard leading the second line. He's now stood up, doesn't want the pace. The 4 Englishmen still tight on one another and following through on the Italian, Di Persio. Line on the outside being led by Spaniard. Cruciani being followed everywhere in this by Danny van der Peer. And the Belgians are sitting on the other 3 Italians, and the 4 Englishmen are sitting on Di Persio. Still 2 lines going as they come through the bend. Nasabidi leading the front line, and there's a Spaniard leading the outside line. Nasabidi of France being followed by Miard, and it's Fossi that the English are sitting on. 4 to go. German hits the front, followed by the Austrians. But he's not going very fast. He's moved to the outside, and it looks like Lovato come round on the outside of him. Immense laying on of hands again. I can expect it. And John Fry going through with the Italians, and they're all hanging on to one another, and there's a scramble going on in the middle of the pack, because they're all hanging on, which they shouldn't be doing. But the Italians have moved to the front, and John Fry jumps into second spot. Nasibidi going on the outside, and there's some early moves here to get ready for the finish. And at the same time as the French go through, Ian Cox goes through on their back. And they're going through for the finish, and the Englishmen are closing up in the front with the Italians onto the back of Nasibidi and Miard. From the pack comes a Belgian, and it looks like Roland Barreau possibly. Van Amer off the front. Comes the Belgian. No, it's not the Roux. Goes through, and it's Luc van Henden. Luc van Henden being chased by number 27 for Spain, which is Luis Escartin, who's leading the chase, but Luc van Henden burst out from the front, 1 3/4 laps to go. I don't think he's going to be allowed to hold it. Coming through on the outside is a Spaniard, being closely followed by John Fry. The bunch slows down, they'll pile in, and this is a lap and a quarter to go. There's hands being laid on. It looked like somebody got pulled backwards then. But leading out is an Italian with an Englishman in second place, and coming on the outside is another Englishman. It's Cox. Leading out is De Persio. An attack coming on the outside from Cruciani. Bossi leading with Cox in second place. John Fry in third, but on the outside the Italians are attacking, the Belgians are attacking. Another Italian's gone through there. Going around on the outside is a Belgian, shielded from me. I can't see who it is, but it looks very much like Danny van der Peer leading out for the Italians, and people are being pulled back, pushed back and shoved, and they're going backwards in all directions. Seen one man get virtually thrown out, but Danny van der Peer being chased by 4 Italians. Danny van der Peer coming down the finishing straight. Danny van der Peer being chased by Bossi and De Persio. But Danny van der Peer was first across the line. Bossi in second place, De Persio in third. Behind him came a whole mob.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your third European Championship from
Yeah, this is my
10,000
third.
meters.
Last year I won 2 in Louvain, 5 in the 20, so I missed them both, so I have to do all what I could in the 10,000 to let's see the people that I'm still a good skater.
What was going on there in that, the third lap from the end there with the Italian team, huh?
Yeah, everybody wants to try a good position for the last 2 laps, and they want to try a skater to the front. He must win Lovato, was it? He hadn't won yet, so it was the man who must win, and they all split, so they couldn't skate in a group, and it was a lot of fighting to get a very good position, and that's the reason why they couldn't skate in group, in block, and then I think we are sure as strong as them if they don't skate in block.
Was that the same trouble that then happened in the last lap from the end? The Italians trying to get Lavati through, was it?
Yes, and he was too far at the back, so they have to go for their own, but we can take them if they're alone.
Yeah.
So.
Was this all planned by the Belgian team to get you over the line first?
No, we didn't say anything at all before the race or between the race. That's the problem in Belgium. We don't skating, we're skating in block, but we haven't said anything. So it must be a little bit work on it.
So you skate as a team, but individuals can still try to get themselves across the line first.
Yes. Yeah, that's a problem. It isn't very good for the team and to get a gold medal, because when you're skating in block, you get quicker a gold medal, and we can't do it yet.
But at least you can get it, and you must be a happy man today.
Yeah, I'm very happy, very happy.
The winners of the 10,000 meter European Roller Skating Championship. Danny van der Peer from Belgium. Second, Hermes Fossi from Italy. And third, Giuseppe Di Persio from Italy.
Well, roller skating is a big leisure and sport activity in America, of course, and over here in Europe, speed roller skating is a big sport too. They've been doing it since 1893. We've been holding our own national championships in England since 1910, and the first European championships were held 50 years ago in 1930, though they haven't been held here in England since 1938. Okay, well, that's a bit from the past. Let's get back to the present now. In just a few minutes' time, we'll be seeing one of the most demanding and challenging of all roller speed skate races. It's a relay race for men over 20,000 meters. That's nearly 15 miles, and that's 40 laps of this Southampton track. We'll be seeing that in just a moment.
Ready for the start on the 20,000 meter European Championship relay race. And we have 7 nations taking part: England, Austria, Germany, Belgium, France, Spain and Italy. And they're away. And through to the front comes the Germans on the inside and the English on the outside, and that looks like Jürgen Falk and John Fry. And as they come through to complete the half lap, it's Germany in the lead. Number 35, Bernd Schicker from Italy. And that's Giuseppe Di Persio, Danny van der Peer, and then Ian Cox, Manuel Ortega, Nasibidi for France, and Austria at the back, and that's bound to be a Harbison, because we've got 3 Harbisons in the Austrian team. No pace, Italy leading, and that's Di Persio for Italy, leading from Danny van der Peer, the winner of the 10,000 metres. Ian Cox for Great Britain in 3rd place, and then Spain. And then the changeover comes in, and there's confusion.
Well, Ron, let's just clear up some of that confusion. As you can see, the teams make a change every lap. They do this on a push, there's no baton, and they've got to do this between the bend and the finishing line. It's virtually certain that they'll all be together until about 6 laps out, when the Italians will make a break, probably with Giuseppe Cantarella, the world's fastest man on skates, breaking up the field. Anyway, let's see what happens.
And France attacking on the outside, ready for this changeover, moving up and changing the pace. Germany step out, and Spain to go with them on the outside of the line. And they come in for the changeover. Push change. Belgium come through in the front. And that's Roland Deroux, followed by Lovato. And Germany slide up into 3rd place. Klaus Becker attacking on the outside. Klaus Becker puts the sprint in. Klaus Becker from Roland Deroux and Lovato. Austria, France and England hanging on to the position there, but Spain are trailed off. Spain trailing off very early in the race because there's 38 laps to go. And the track is drying now in this sunshine after the rain. And they shouldn't have many problems with the water as the girls had. There's still some damp patches, but they're okay really. But Germany's still there leading from Belgium. Pace has gone off. Austria in third, Italy 4, England 5, France 6. But as I say it, Spain go through, catch up and go straight to the front. Spain at the front from Germany, from Belgium, Austria, Italy, Great Britain and France. And it's still Spain coming through. On to the changeover. Confusion, the Spaniard's in the wrong place for the changeover. And he gets lost. Spain didn't make a change because their man that was coming in couldn't get in time. And the last time Becker was in, he led an attack like this, but everybody's hanging on. Looks fairly wide. Italy now in the front. From France, Great Britain, Austria, Spain, Germany, Belgium at the back. Coming through for the changeover. They come in for this changeover. Spain don't change again. The Spanish seem to be making all sorts of a mess here of these changeovers. I don't know if they do relays in Spain, but they should be quite experienced at it because we've held European Championships before and they all happen exactly the same way with relays at the end. It used to be a 10,000 metre two-man relay. It's now been changed to a 20,000 metre four-man relay. And 20,000 metres, of course, is 12.5 miles, so it's quite a long way. There's 33 laps to go this time, and Italy at the front have killed the pace. Very easy, very gentle. They could probably do this for the next 3 hours and not get tired at that kind of pace. Leading at the front, of course, is Cruciani, who strained a groin in the 500 metres. But looks pretty fit now as he makes this changeover, stands up. Doesn't look a lot wrong with him, really. But Italy leading from Belgium. And that's Cantarella that's gone in. No, it's not. It's Di Persio. Di Persio for Italy, leading from Van der Peer. Blue for Belgium, being followed by Lovato for Italy. And then France, Spain, Germany on the outside. Coming up again on the outside is Becker, sprinting in for the changeover, coming in with 4 or 5 metres lead. And he's coming in for this changeover quite rapidly, and are they going to try and sneak away? Nope. And Spain get straight on their back, and so do Belgium. Great Britain move into 4, France into 5, Italy on the outside of Austria. Italy gets 6, Austria gets 7. And it's Spain from Germany. Spain from Germany. John Fry coming on the outside for Great Britain, putting some speed in at this changeover. John Fry's coming through for Great Britain. He's going to change with Ian Cox, and they're diving all over the track. And Ian Cox blasts off the front. Ian Cox for Great Britain blasts off the front, away from Bernd Schicker for Germany. And the Spanish left the Italians in the pack, and the Italians are going to have to work to get this, but Bernd Schicker gets onto Cox, leaves the Spaniard in the middle. And it really pushed the pace up there, split the field dramatically. The Italians are pulling back and trying to get back on, but it's Cox leading from Schicker of Germany. Ian Cox, Great Britain. Schicker, Germany. The Italians now moved into third place. Belgium in 4, closing up. And John Downing comes in. John Downing comes in and eases the pace. The Germans, Italians and Belgians are on. France skating very hard to make the gap. Spain very slowly dropping off the back, but John Downing keeping the pace going because they've dropped Austria and they've dropped Spain. John Downing for Great Britain in the front of the German, Italian, Belgium and France. Austria passes the Spanish skater. In for the changeover at 27 to go. They've not reached halfway yet. And the Germans kick off the front. And as the Germans kick off the front, it's that great jumper again, Klaus Becker. Every time he's done it, kicked off the front and gone hard. Mike McGough in there chasing for Great Britain, and the Italians in third spot, trailing up with the Belgians and the French. Ian Cox for Great Britain. And then Giuseppe Di Persio for Italy. Yeah, wait till the end of the race. Nasibidi for France, leading from Danny van der Peer and Ian Cox. And then Di Persio. Through they come, the pace increases. And the pace is definitely increases. Mark de Kramer pushes on for Belgium. Mark de Kramer pushing the pace up away from the Italians, and it looked as though there was a jump going there, and the Italians have jumped on the outside. And the Italians have jumped. The Belgians are chasing. Great Britain going on the outside and chasing after them. And we've got 7.5 laps to go. And John Downing gets through into second place to lead the chase after the Italian. Cantarella comes in for Italy. Cantarella, the sprint champion of the world. In for Belgium comes Mark de Kramer. And through goes number 16, that's Herb Lallemont for France, and John Downing for Great Britain. But out in the lead is Giuseppe Cantarella for Italy. Giuseppe Cantarella, sprint champion of the world and sprint champion of Europe. Cantarella out on his own. And John Downing catching up to the Frenchman in third place. The Italians come up to make their change, and as they make their change this time, there are 3 laps to go. 3 to go. And Lovato in for Italy. Roland Deroux in for Belgium. And Great Britain and France together, Mike McGough and Frank Perron. And the British and the French have slowed, and they've allowed the Belgians and the Germans, the Belgians and the Italians to get away. And it's Italy down the back straight, Lovato. Roland Deroux pushing very hard. Mike McGough leading Frank Perron in third place. Lovato coming in to change over with Cruciani. Cruciani for Italy coming down the finishing straight. Cruciani coming through with 2 laps to go. Cruciani being chased now by number 13, which is Dimitri van Kouwenberg, and Thierry Panot for France takes over in third place from John Pry of Great Britain. But Cruciani going down the back straight, 40 metres away from the Belgians. Cruciani coming through to make the final changeover for the Italians. And they don't change. They allow Cruciani to continue. Cruciani continues. The Belgians change. And in for Belgium comes the winner of the 10,000 metres, Danny van der Peer. And Danny van der Peer is really pushing on to go for Cruciani. And Cruciani has done one lap. Ian Cox into third place for Great Britain, being chased by Nassibidi of France. But down the back straight is where the excitement's really happening, because Cruciani is being caught by Danny van der Peer. Danny van der Peer is really catching up very, very fast on Cruciani. Cruciani has practically stopped as van der Peer goes out, round him, ignores him and goes on. And it's Danny van der Peer for Belgium coming through, going to win the relay. The Italians made a mistake, didn't make the change on the last lap. Danny van der Peer goes across the line for Belgium. Cruciani for Italy. And the race for third place as Ian Cox comes in to win for Great Britain third place. Nassibidi of France in fourth. What an exciting race. The Italians made a mistake, didn't make the final change over at one lap to go. Left Cruciani on, having done one lap already. The Belgians made the change, put on obviously their best man for the finish, and Danny van der Peer really went round very, very hard and very, very fast, and by the time he caught Cruciani, Cruciani had run out of strength and was passed easily by Danny van der Peer on the final bend and came in for a very, very good win for Belgium. The crowd have gone absolutely wild at that, loved it. And the result of the men's 20,000 metre relay championship of Europe was first, Belgium. Second, Italy. Third, Great Britain.
Well, that was an amazing upset there, and I think that's got to be put down to Vittorio De Cesaris, the Italian coach, who panicked, lost count of the laps, and stopped De Percio coming on for the last lap to finish the race. Anyway, this is Roland de Roux, the Belgian distance star, and he's giving us a chance to see something I'm sure you missed earlier in the action. Wheel changing. Yes, wheel changing. If you thought this was confined to the dressing rooms, then you'll be wrong. These skaters need different wheels for various conditions, and they carry spares and change on the move. Roland here is on his own, but racing in the pack and with teammates for support, this takes a couple of seconds. The new technology of urethane wheels developed in the skateboarding world has reduced the need to change so often, but in wet conditions, as we've had here, this can still go on all the time. The day of the spanner is long gone, and the quick release mechanism frees the wheel in a moment. In the race, the skaters are meant to keep their wheels once they've changed them, but more often than not, they throw them
Through they come, the pace increases. And the pace is definitely increases. Mark de Kramer pushes on for Belgium. Mark de Kramer pushing the pace up away from the Italians, and it looked as though there was a jump going there, and the Italians have jumped on the outside. And the Italians have jumped. The Belgians are chasing. Great Britain going on the outside and chasing after them. And we've got 7.5 laps to go. And John Downing gets through into second place to lead the chase after the Italian. Cantarella comes in for Italy. Cantarella, the sprint champion of the world. In for Belgium comes Mark de Kramer. And through goes Number 16, that's Herb Lallemont for France and John Downing for Great Britain. But out in the lead is Giuseppe Cantarella for Italy. Giuseppe Cantarella, sprint champion of the world and sprint champion of Europe. Cantarella out on his own. And John Downing catching up to the Frenchman in third place. The Italians come up to make their change, and as they make their change this time, there are 3 laps to go. 3 to go. And Lovato in for Italy. Roland Deroux in for Belgium. And Great Britain and France together, Mike McGough and Frank Perron. And the British and the French have slowed, and they've allowed the Belgians and the Germans, the Belgians and the Italians to get away. And it's Italy down the back straight, Lovato. Roland Deroux pushing very hard. Mike McGough leading Frank Perron in third place. Lovato coming in to change over with Cruciani. Cruciani for Italy coming down the finishing straight. Cruciani coming through with 2 laps to go. Cruciani being chased now by number 13, which is Dimitri van Kouwenberg. And Thierry Panot for France takes over in third place from John Fry of Great Britain. But Cruciani going down the back straight, 40 metres away from the Belgians. Cruciani coming through to make the final changeover for the Italians. And they don't change, they allow Cruciani to continue. Cruciani continues. The Belgians change. And in for Belgium comes the winner of the 10,000 metres, Danny van der Peer. And Danny van der Peer is really pushing on to go for Cruciani. And Cruciani has done 1 lap. Ian Cox in for third place for Great Britain. Being chased by Nassibidi of France. But down the back straight is where the excitement's really happening, because Cruciani is being caught by Danny van der Peer. Danny van der Peer is really catching up very, very fast on Cruciani. Cruciani has practically stopped as van der Peer goes up, round him, ignores him and goes on. And it's Danny van der Peer for Belgium coming through, going to win the relay. The Italians made a mistake, didn't make the change on the last lap. Danny van der Peer goes across the line for Belgium. Cruciani for Italy. And the race for third place as Ian Cox comes in to win for Great Britain third place. Nassibidi of France in fourth. What an exciting race. The Italians made a mistake, didn't make the final changeover at 1 lap to go. Left Cruciani on, having done 1 lap already. The Belgians made the change, put on obviously their best man for the finish, and Danny van der Peer really went round very, very hard and very, very fast, and by the time he caught Cruciani, Cruciani had run out of strength and was passed easily by Danny van der Peer on the final bend and came in for a very, very good win for Belgium. The crowd have gone absolutely wild at that, loved it. And the result of the men's 20,000 metre relay championship of Europe was first, Belgium. Second, Italy. Third, Great Britain.
Well, that was an amazing upset there, and I think that's got to be put down to Vittorio De Cesaris, the Italian coach, who panicked, lost count of the laps, and stopped De Percio coming on for the last lap to finish the race. Anyway, this is Roland Deroux, the Belgian distance star, and he's giving us a chance to see something I'm sure you missed earlier in the action. Wheel changing. Yes, wheel changing. If you thought this was confined to the dressing rooms, then you'll be wrong. These skaters need different wheels for various conditions, and they carry spares and change on the move. Roland here is on his own, but racing in the pack and with teammates for support, this takes a couple of seconds. The new technology of urethane wheels developed in the skateboarding world has reduced the need to change so often, but in wet conditions, as we've had here, This can still go on all the time. The day of the spanner is long gone, and the quick release mechanism frees the wheel in a moment. In the race, the skaters are meant to keep their wheels once they've changed them, but more often than not, they throw them over the barriers in the closing stages to keep their weight down and avoid bruising themselves in a fall. The next race is the ladies' 10,000 meters over 20 laps, and it's going to be very interesting to see if anyone can loosen the Italians' grip on this championship. Our thanks to Roland Leroux. We'll be right back.
To start, we've got the ladies 10,000 metres European Championship. And skating for Austria, we've got Brigitte Haversen, Eva Haversen, Anita Witt-Turner, Ursula Witt-Turner. Belgium, Christine de Klerk, Annie Lambrechts, Miriam van Eschepol, Marie-Claire Van Damme. And for France, Catherine Bachelin, Nathalie Chevalier, Dominique Rostro, Pascal Vaillant. Italy, Paola Cristofori, Luigia Foini, Stephanie Giamandi, Monica Lucchesi. And for Spain, we have Pepita Cuevas, Begona Lopez, Gloria Mongai, Nuria Pradels. For West Germany, Christine Dietmar, Marion Kreislin, Petra Koch, Uta Jung. And for Great Britain, Susan Carter, Lynn Coles, Denise Lippiett and Kathleen Smith. And 20 laps of the track. And we have Annie Lambrechts in there, who of course is defending champion at this distance, with the Italian girls holding 19 European championships between them. Annie Lambrechts of course has won 14 on her own. We've just had a false start. And they're coming back, ready to restart. Annie Lambrechts won 14 Europeans and 14 World Championships. Pepita Cuevas, of course, has won 4 World Championships. And away they go, 20 laps of the track. And first to show for France, and it looks like Dominique Rostreau for France, showing at the front. Second French girl moves in behind her with 2 English girls, Lynn Coles and Denise Lippiett in third and fourth. The third French girl goes on the outside, and you've got France 1, 2, 3. And as they come through here now, they have 20 laps exactly to go on this 10,000 metres event for ladies. This is the longest distance that ladies skate, 6 1/4 miles. It's a long, long way. It's very hard work. Should take something like about 18 or 19 minutes for the full length of the race, which gives them somewhere in the region of about 19 miles an hour. Try and give you a differential in time between the men's and the ladies. Still the French leading. There's a first on the outside. Someone just closing up the pace, or are they going to make an attack? The Spanish moved into 4th, 5th and 6th, but an Italian on the outside. And that's Luigi Foini attacking on the outside, going away from Christine de Crema. Side of the track now, we've got the Italians at the front. As I say, the German goes through, and it's Germany moving through into the front, with the French girls splitting up the team. Germany 1, France 2, Germany 3, 4, France 5, Italy 6, and then in 7th place, the Belgium. But one off the back, who's had a fall, and that's Lynn Coles from Great Britain. Torn her tights. It's Sue Carter from Great Britain, not Lynn Coles. Sue Carter from Great Britain looks like she's going to regain the pack fairly easily. But these sort of things happen frequently. Clash of skates, and down goes a skater. But Spanish at the front injecting pace, stretching the line, making everybody work, and Lynn Carter's going to have a difficult job to stay on the back because she's probably out of breath and the shock of the fall, and she's got to try and stay on the back and keep it going. At the front is Spain, leading from Germany, and then the French team in together. Second place we've got Marion Kriesling for West Germany, and then the French team all together. Catherine Bachelin, Nathalie Chevalier, Dominique Rostro and Pascal Vaillant, all in together. Is fairly spread. Sue Carter still off the back, trying to get on. And nobody really wants to push the pace at the moment. Mongai is swerving all over the track, trying to get somebody else to do some work. As they come through, she moves to the outside, but the 3 German girls behind her, Kriesling, Koch and Jung, stay with her. An Austrian goes up the inside, but she's looking for a position, not for the front. Still Mongai leading. 15 and a half laps to go. Then moving into the front, we have the Belgian girls. 1, 2, 3 together. Slight clash with one of the French girls there. On the outside, Lynn Coles for Great Britain coming through to the front. And coming round the outside with her, Denise Lippiett. Denise Lippiett, Lynn Coles at the front, leading from Van Dam for Belgium. And it's Denise Lippiett still at the front, holding the pace down and trying to let Sue Carter get back on. At the front. At the front now we've got the 2 English girls, Lynn Coles and Denise Lippiett. Lincoln's Denise Lippitt still leading through with 14 to go. And the Italians in behind in third and fourth. And now we have a German going through onto the outside, taking the lead. Two Germans come up together. And three Germans are gathering the team. And the French attack. French going on an attack, and that is Dominique Rostro. Dominique Rostro, the Italians start chasing, and it's Dominique Rostro off the front, but being chased very hard by two Italians, Luigi Ottoni and Stephanie Grimaldi. Yeah, great. It's on my program as Luigi. And they're pulling back on Dominique Rostro. And the brake disappears. The pace drops. Nobody wants the front yet. 12 laps to go. And it all eases down very gently. And where the pace spread the pack, it now puts it back together. Belgium moves on the outside and takes the lead. So jump through the top bend. And it looks like Van Eschenpol. Belgium. Marie-Claire Van Damme now at the front. In second place is number 62, Luigi Foini. And Stephanie Grimaldi being followed by Christine de Klerk for Belgium. And Miriam Van Eschenpol. And then Annie Lambrecht as they go into the back straight. As well as the English girl off the back now, we have an Austrian that can't hold the pace. Marie-Claire Van Damme at the front, still being followed by the Italian girls in close order. Gamandi in second place. At the front we've got the Germans, and there seems to be a lot of laying on of hands and thumping and boring in there. And there's a faller, and it's an Italian. It's fallen. And it's one of the Italians that's fallen off the back, and because an Italian's fallen off the front, off the front comes a Belgian, kicking hard and going very, very well indeed. And off the front is number 54, and that's Van Eschenpol, who's kicked off the front, being chased by the Italians, of course. Monica Lucchesi is doing the chasing, but they've got a break. There's a Belgian in third place holding it back. The French go on the outside and start to attack to try to pull the pace back again, but they're trying to, of course, break the Italian who's chasing to keep her out of the finish. And if they can break her and keep her off the back, then that destroys one of the Italians' chances for a place in the finish. It's 7 to go. Of course, we're getting fairly close, and it's a bit late for doing hard work. And we now have an Italian at the front, slowing the pace down to let her teammate get on, and she's looking around anxiously for her. And she's on the bunch, and in the bunch, and goes straight through, and it was Lucia Foini that fell, and she's gone straight through, and she's finished up somewhere near the front of the pack as she goes through.
Now got the warning in Spanish for the skaters. Yes, they mustn't lay hands on them.
Atención equipo español, no pueden afirmarse en el competidor que va delante de ustedes. Lo descalifica.
Am I clever the way I speak all those different languages? We now have a French skater at the front. Everybody seems to have settled in and settled down again. And it seems that we've lost and the pace is fairly steady and nobody seems to want the front again. But it's the French that are moving well. And it's another English skater that's dropped out. It's Lynn Coles on the far side of the track who's dropped out. And the pace is increasing as the French skaters go through their leading of pack. And it's Nathalie Chevalier who's leading out for the French team, and the French team are all tight in, tucked behind her, being followed by the German team and an Austrian, and then a Spaniard, and that looks like Pradels, and then the three Belgian girls together, and then one English girl, two English girls together there, Denise Lippitt in the line and Cathy Smith on the outside of it. As they come through the bend now, when they approach the finish line, they will have 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. And it's still Chevalier leading, and the 3 French girls tucked in behind her. So that's France 1, 2, 3, 4. Changing the order as Pascal Bayon goes through to the front. And they go down the back straight. 4 to go this time. We're all starting to look for positions and get teams together, ready for the attack, ready for the finish. 4 French girls gathered together at the front. The Germans together, Austrians in there with them, 1 Spaniard on their own. The Italians move to the outside, the Austrians attack. As they come through, it's the Austrians attacking past the Germans and the Italians on the outside. And it's Italy moving up towards the front. And the Italians go to the front as a team, all held together. On the outside, the Belgians are attacking. That's Christine de Klerk on the outside. On the inside, a line being led by the Italians, and you will notice that they've all closed up together, and we've got 3 lines going together now instead of just 1. And they're coming round from all directions. They're coming round through the bend, down on the outside of the Belgians. There's an English girl lying in there in 4th place. She's just tucked herself in, Denise Lippitt. That's 3 to go. 3 to go. It comes through with Van Dam. Going off the front there, attacking, is number 54. That's Eshelpol. For Belgium. Being closely followed, though, by Paola Cristofori. And when they come around this time, it's 2.5 laps to go. And the injection of pace is starting to shake a few loose at the back. they come down, we've got two definite lines. And there are two Belgians that are leading them. And the third Belgian tucked in behind. And it's Van Escherpol, sorry, Van Damme, followed by Christian de Klerk, Denise Lippiott in third place. Being followed by Annie Lambrecht. No, Annie Lambrecht is further back, that's Van Escherpol in fourth. In fifth place, we've got Paola Cristofori for Italy. On the outside, we've got the Austrians coming through there. That's Petra Koch moving down the outside. There's a fall. The Spanish skate has gone down. And it's broke. An English skater loose off the back. That's Kathy Smith. And off the back there is the Spanish skater Nuria Pradels, who's fallen. And obviously out of the race at this stage of the game because the attacks are going in from the Italians. The Italian attacks on the outside there. And that looks like Foini. Foini being chased by Annie Lambrecht in second place, Pepita Quavas, but on the outside we've got Monica Lucchesi going on the outside, and there's a bit of bumping and boring on the bend. But it's Monica Lucchesi. Monica Lucchesi at the front. Paola Cristofori in second place. Annie Lambrecht in third. Pepita Quavas for Spain in fourth. And in fifth place, Italy again, and sixth, Italy again. As the attack comes in, and Lambrecht's moved into second place, and another Italian goes down. But as they're coming through now for the finish, it looks like Cristofori and Lambrecht, and Quavas coming on the outside. Lambrecht sprints, and it's Lambrecht coming on the outside, attacking very, very hard. It's Annie Lambrecht for Belgium. Annie Lambrecht's first. Second, number 61, is Paola Cristofori, and third, number 63, Stephanie Comandi. Annie Lambrecht defends her championship yet again. On the far side of the track, we've got an injury to the Italian skater who went in that final sprint. She fell very badly, rolled over and over, and is quite badly injured.
Welcome back. Looking at the last lap of that 10,000 meters again, we can see that the Italian Monica Lucchesi clashed with the Spaniard Pepita Cuevas at the end of the back straight and took a very nasty fall. This left Paola Cristofori of Italy on the front, with the Belgian Annie Lambrecht and another Italian, Stefania Germandi, pushing on the bend with Cuevas out of it in fourth. As they enter the straight, Lambrecht kicks out and goes clear for her 15th European Championship within her career. Over on the far side, Lucchesi is back on her feet, but she looks to me as if she might be concussed. She seems to have had a lucky escape though, so thankfully it's a happy end to a very exciting day's racing. Let's recap on the day's results, and a look at the medal table shows us that Belgium surprisingly got the better of their old rival Italy, and only Great Britain in that controversial relay stopped these two, having a clean sweep. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these highlights of the 1980 European Roller Speed Skating Championships, brought to you exclusively on ESPN. And so from Southampton in England, this is Christopher Rainbow saying goodbye for now. Air India, the official airline of the 1980 European Speed Skating Championship.